Coach Jarrod Smith here with me today. Coach, first of all, congratulations on being named the new head coach here at Troy. Now, I know we say new head coach, but you've spent some time here at Troy. Really, your whole life has been spent here at Troy. Can we just talk a little bit about growing up, walking these halls here, and what your journey has been like being a Trojan?
Sure. So I grew up here. I'm a third generation Troy Trojan. So I'm very familiar with this community, with this school. And when I had the chance to come back here 4 years ago to be an assistant coach, I was blessed and honored to have that opportunity. And Coach Bashir did a great job of laying the framework for what we are now, and I was very blessed to get the job.
When you got the news that you were going to be the new head coach here, how much did that mean to you?
It means a lot. Like I said, just being from here, growing up here, knowing the community, it meant a lot. And it meant a lot that a lot of people that were on the committee were people that I've known for a long time, people that I respected, people that I grew up with. And to have their blessing to be the next AD football coach was a big deal.
Yeah, and you mentioned your family's lineage here, third generation Trojan, your son, fourth generation Trojan. You've got almost 100 years of family history here at Troy. So when I ask you, what does it mean to be a Troy Trojan? What does it mean?
Well, our roots run deep here, and I'm passionate about helping these students be the best versions of themselves that they can be. It means a lot to me. I had great coaches that poured into me. Mike McMurtry, who was the coach here for a really long time, he was my head football coach. I've been around Central Texas for a long time. I've coached in several different communities, had a chance to coach against Troy a few times, and to be back here, it means a lot because, like I said, the community is incredibly supportive. The parents are awesome, the kids are awesome. It's a great place to be.
To be here as the head coach, is this a moment you dreamed of or that you wished for? Like, how full circle is it?
It is a lot of full circle. When I was a freshman in high school, I told my head football coach at the time, Coach McMurtry, I said, I want to be the head football coach at Troy one of these days. And he kind of nodded, and he's been a mentor of mine for a long time. And to have this opportunity it's a blessing and something that I did look forward to for a really long time.
When you think about yourself playing here, being a freshman, saying that, and now getting to live it out, do you ever have any pinch me moments where you're like, well, wow, this is really happening?
I do. I have some moments where I really reflect on my days as a player and as a student here. Um, it's incredible. It's also incredible to coach a lot of the students that I played with their parents. So like so when I look into the eyes of a lot of my players, they're familiar eyes because I grew up with their parents. And so it means a lot, and I want success for not only them but for our community. So it's it's a great responsibility that we have.
When you think about playing linebacker and your days on the field here for the Trojans, do you have any memories that come to mind or any good stories that you love to share about your playing days?
Well, we back then we were 17-3A, so we played against Conley, La Vega, Robinson, Gatesville, China Spring. That was our district, and it was tough, and a lot of hard fought games in this field right here behind me. um, but I will say that the competition that we faced then and even today, I feel like it made me the person that I am. To learn how to overcome obstacles, to learn how to play a game that is grueling and is demanding. It made me a better person, and that's what I look forward to the most as a coach, is to help these guys learn those same life lessons. We can accomplish things that are difficult. We can face adversity. We can persevere, and for humanity, if we can learn that as humans, then we're going to push our civilization forward. And really, that's what it's about. It's helping these guys become better men, to make our program to be a great reflection of our community.
Do you have any tackles or anything that you remember or love to tell the kids about?
Well, I will say there was a tackle out here. We played Waco La Vega, and I remember it just like it was yesterday. It was one of those as a linebacker where everything kind of opens up, and here comes the ball carrier, and the next thing I know, my helmet had unsnapped and the buckles had broken and my helmet came down and broke my nose.
Oh my
And I didn't realize it till I came back in the locker room and looked at my nose was kind of facing the wrong direction. Um, and just the perseverance that I just said, you know what, I'm going to keep playing. And I didn't even realize that I had broken my nose, but it's things like that, that we remember. And we did have some great games out here. My senior year, we beat China Spring, a very good China Spring team. It's my senior year for homecoming, and just those things kind of stick with you. Those things, when you can beat teams you're not supposed to beat, or you can kind of overcome those obstacles. They're just things you remember forever.
Now, as you think about the season coming up and some of the teams that you guys will face, do you feel that chip still is like you're getting ready to play a game the same way you might as a head coach, or does it feel a little different now as you prep for game days?
I'm a little bit more level-headed because there's a lot of decisions that have to be made, but I still feel a lot of that fire and that passion to win and compete, and so that never goes away. And that's why Friday nights are special. Friday nights in Texas are special because of the passion that the players, the coaches, the community have. So I still feel it. It's a little different. I have to keep my head a little bit more. I have to be a little bit more even keel. But at the end of the day, I still love the competition.
You'd mentioned just how Friday Night Lights are special here in Texas. What are some of those goosebumps or those feelings that you feel when you walk out onto the field still to this day?
It's amazing when you walk out onto the field right before the game and the stands are packed and it's standing room only. And our community of 3,000 people, there's 5,000 people in the stands, and you're like, okay, there's more people here than actually live in the community, so it's a big deal. And when you hear the band play and you see the players take the field, there's just nothing like it. And it's just, again, it goes back to how much people here love our community. If they love our kids, they want our kids to be successful, and so that moment is this crescendo of excitement, and you just don't get that anywhere else except Friday nights here in Central Texas. It's a blessing.
And how have you seen just the talent continue to improve here in Central Texas? It really is something special here, but in your eyes, how have you seen the talent grow here?
It's incredible. Every team we play will have Division I players. You didn't say that when I was playing, even probably a decade ago. You may have a few players here and there, but it speaks to how Texas has changed and the demographics of Texas as far as people moving towards I-35. And so Troy's a beneficiary of it. Schools up and down the I-35 corridor are a benefit of it, but a lot of it has to do with the quality of schools, the quality of education, the quality of athletics that we play here in everything. And that's football, basketball, volleyball, track, every sport. You get great competition. And so that's going to make some really, really good athletes.
Thinking about, how much time you have spent here, I'm sure you've seen a lot of traditions and a lot of history here. Do you have any traditions that are your favorite when it comes to Troy and what you guys do specifically?
One of the biggest things that we do is right before we take the field, we talk about 48 minutes to play and a lifetime to remember. There's only 48 minutes into a game, and you don't know if this is going to be your last game. Maybe you're going to have an injury or you're a senior and you're walking out there for the last time. So we tell the boys, you got 48 minutes to play, but you're going to remember these moments for the rest of your life. You're going to remember the teammates, the coaches, the fans, the band, the competition. And so give it everything you got for 48 minutes. And it's a great microcosm to our life, right? For us that are in the working world, we're trying to give it our best. We're trying to do our best in every endeavor. And so if we can teach them the tradition of every time I put that helmet on and every time I represent my school and community, I'm going to go do my best. We hope that they'll carry on for the rest of their life so that when they go to work, they go to college, they go to military, whatever it might be, that they're going to do their best.
Where does that come from? I love that. Was that something you started? Was that something your old head coach said?
It's an old tradition, and I'm pretty sure, I know Bob McQueen, who was the head coach at Temple for many, many years. Hall of Fame coach. I know that was a big thing for him. And when I was a player, there was a sign right above the door, and so we put that same sign up. It says 48 minutes to play, a lifetime to remember. So it's just, there's something that's carried on. It's a great tradition. It's probably in a lot of field houses, but it's something that is important to us.
I love that. I haven't heard that before, so that's so special. Thank you for sharing that
Yeah.
with us. Knowing how special this game is to you and to your family, to be here in this locker room, even, and to start thinking about the season. I mean, what have some of the conversations been like between you guys as you get ready for this new chapter here of Troy football?
It's exciting. One of the coolest things about coaching high school is you get a new batch of players every 2 or 3 years as players graduate and they move on. And so no matter what your team was before, whether you had a great team, whether you struggled, districts change every 2 years. Your non-district opponents change, and so the excitement starts to build in the spring. But this is where you get to the point where you're like, okay, it's almost time, right? It's almost time to put the pads on, to start thinking about our opponents, and to really get out there and play. So it's exciting. It's exciting for everybody. And I see the players around town. My son is a junior here, so a lot of his buddies are they come by our house and they're ready. They would like to move the season up and go ahead and start practicing now. They're ready to go.
What excites you the most about those guys and the talent you have for this year as you guys get ready to take the field for week 1?
I think the fact that they're ready for a challenge. We've got a tough district. Franklin, who has played for a state championship in the last 5 years, Lorena has played and won for a state championship. Those are two really, really good teams. Academy is a really good football team. Rockdale, Cameron Yo, I coach there. It's a great tradition. Caldwell's added to our district. I don't want to leave anybody out. I hope I'm not, but. Long story short, our district is tough. McGregor. So the level of competition we know is tough. But what's exciting is our guys are looking forward to that competition. They're not shying away from it. They're ready to go. And so that's exciting as a coach, right? So it tells me we better get ready as coaches because the guys are ready to go.
What is special about your coaching style, or what do you like to try to bring to the field as a head coach?
It's a big deal for me that this is a game and we have fun, right? So we may do things a little bit unconventional. We don't punt a lot, so we go for it a lot on 4th down. We like to onside kick. Don't give away too many of my secrets, but we run a wide open spread offense. We want to throw the ball around because I want it to be a game. At the end of the day, it's a tough game. It's very physical, very demanding, but it's a game. And I try to remind our guys this all the time. As tough as it is, we want this to be fun. And so that's important to me. And it's hard work. And I tell our guys, practice is hard, practice is like work, so that the games are fun, right? We want to let it loose and we want to have fun on Friday nights.
I can tell just you have so much passion and excitement for this game. Is football something you've loved since you basically could walk, or do you remember your life really without a football in your hands ever?
As I went to a football game that really changed my life. In 1991, Baylor hosted Texas A&M, and I'd never been to a college football game before. I'd been to some high school games, but I went to a college football game, and at that time, Baylor and A&M were both really good teams. And the excitement and the passion that I saw at that college football game made me fall in love with football. It made me fall in love with how people reacted to the game and how the players gave everything that they had. And that was just intoxicating for me. And so from that moment on, I was 11 years old. From that moment on, I knew that football was going to be a big part of my life. And so I've been so blessed to be able to coach, to be an administrator, to provide opportunities for these guys to play. It's been a blessing.
Do you remember who won that game?
I do. Texas A&M won that game, which I wasn't necessarily a fan of either team at the time, but we just happened to be sitting in the A&M section that day. And so I got to learn some of the traditions and the yells, and I saw how excited the Aggie fans were. And that's kind of when I decided I wanted to go to A&M. And so about 7 years after that, I did go to A&M and got to experience Aggie football, which has had its ups and downs, obviously. But again, it's just the passion that people have that you're part of something bigger than yourself, and that's something I want our guys to know too. Is that yes, like I'm an important part of this team, but I'm part of something that's bigger than myself, and I think we all want to be part of something like that, where we can we can put an effort into a greater cause. And that's one of the best things about football is it takes 11 guys, right? It takes 11 guys to make it go. And that's why I think it's the greatest team sport that there is.
Going from here to A&M, what were your years in College Station like? And it just seems like you couldn't get away from the maroon.
Lots of maroon, lots of maroon. It was a little different because Troy was a small community. You know, our graduating class was, I think, 72, and my graduating class at A&M was 6,500, right? So there were over 10,000 students in each class, and so it was a different experience. But what was great about it was you got to meet a lot of different people. You know, bigger schools, there's just a great mix of people, and it was good to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. You know, I'd grown up here in Troy from first grade all the way through graduation, so to be in a bigger setting was awesome. College Station was awesome. It was much smaller then than it is now. I go back, you know, a few times a year, and it's really changed. It's almost doubled in size now, but College Station was great for me because it was just far enough away from home, but close enough I could still come home and do laundry, and that was great. And so I told my grandmother that I lived with at the time. I said, I'm going to come home often to see you, but also need to do a lot of laundry. So
that's important.
Yes,
it's hard to do that in the dorms for sure.
That's right.
So you're an Aggie. Your wife is a Baylor Bear. Where do your kids stand in the? Are they Baylor fans, Aggie fans? House divided?
House divided. They're a little mixed. My daughter decided she didn't want to go to either one, and she went to Dallas Baptist. She's working on her undergrad now. My son, that's a junior, is probably a little bit more of an Aggie because I've dragged him to so many Aggie football games. He can't help it. He's been a little bit brainwashed. And my younger son, my youngest, he flip flops, okay. Right? So I can't quite brainwash him yet, but they've been able to experience Baylor athletics and A&M athletics, and they've all had a really great experience just being around college athletics. So it's been a blessing. I wish A&M and Baylor still played. That was a lot of fun. When my wife and I first got married, they played every year. So that was a great, you know, time of a little trash talking and, you know, maybe
in-the-house rivalry.
Yeah, in-house rivalry. So I do miss that a lot.
For sure. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get that game back one day. I know.
Never know. It could happen.
Those Texas showdowns just seem to be so special because no matter what, like there's somebody affiliated with one of those programs along this state. And I think that also adds to just the talent here in Texas too. A lot of people love to go play for those programs after they're done here. I think that's what makes Texas football so great.
Oh, it's great. It's great that people get very passionate about it, right? Even people that may not go to a certain school, they may want to root for the school, which is great. But people do. They go all in. So I think that's what makes it so much fun, is that people are passionate about it.
I know you've brought up your kids quite a few times, so I want to ask you, how did becoming a dad help maybe change the way that you see the game of football, or just even the way that you approach coaching?
What I've learned from my time as a father is I have 3 children, and they're all so different, right? My oldest, who's about to be 20, she has a certain way that she likes to learn and that she does things. And then my son that plays football for me now, he's very different. And then my youngest, they all have different personalities. As a coach and as a teacher, we have to realize that that's how our players are, right? One size doesn't fit all with coaching. And one of the greatest things about being a dad, learning how my children learned and how I had to discipline them, the same is true for a football team or for a school district. And so the more that we can understand that's why relationships are so important, right? It's understanding what's the best way to discipline this student for him to learn. What's the best way for me to teach this player for him to learn what he's got to do. And so being a dad taught me a lot about building relationships.
It kind of sounds like a storybook ending. Your son being the quarterback here, you about to lead this team as the head coach. Have you had a minute to think about what it's going to be like walking out onto the field with him for that first game and just sharing that moment as father and son?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's heavy because it's something that I've looked forward to a long time, and he probably has too, even though he wouldn't admit it. But But it's kind of your dream to coach your children, right? It's kind of your dream to watch them grow up and to fulfill a lot of their goals. And so that's my job. My job is to help all of these young men fulfill their goals, my son included. So it is special. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like all these guys are my sons because we do get so close to them and we spend so much time around them. And so there's one of them that has my last name, but at the end of the day, they're all my boys.
How proud are you of them?
Oh, I'm incredibly proud of them. I've got to watch them grow up since they were in 8th grade. And so now for these guys that are seniors, I've got to spend 4 years with them. And it's a proud parent moment. It's a proud coach moment when you see these guys that had so much potential finally getting to the point where they're showing what they can do. So that's one of the most exciting parts of the season is I'm ready for them to show what they can do.
Yeah, the season will be here before we know it. Coach, as you get ready for the season, I know you're excited for it, but if there's one thing that gets you the most excited about this season, what is it?
It's the opportunity for these young men that have been working so hard in the off season through the summer, that have put in so many hours of dedicated hard work, for them to finally get to show their talent and to play for our community. That it's a big deal, right? So in communities across Central Texas, it's no different. But here, I would say that I'm so proud of our guys and looking forward to them having the opportunity to really go and show what they can do and to let that hard work pay off. And we're most excited about that.
Yeah, you excited for your hard work to pay off too?
I am. I'm ready. I'm ready to coach. I would coach you around if I could, But it is a blessing. I think coaching it has to be a calling because of the hours and the effort you put into it. And I've been blessed to do this for over 2 decades. And so it does mean a lot. It means a lot to have this opportunity to help these young people grow.
And you're not just the head coach here, you're also the athletic director, getting to see all the other sports here at Troy compete too. What excites you about just all the other sports outside of football, baseball, softball, you name it? What gets you excited about those programs as well?
We have a great coaching staff. That helps lay a great foundation for success. We have great parents that are incredibly supportive, and we have boys and girls across all the sports that are awesome. Starting with our volleyball team, our cross country teams, they have been so good the last few years. Basketball is building. I think our boys and girls have both made it to the playoffs and won playoff games in the last few years. And then baseball, softball, track. I know I'm probably leaving somebody out, but we really have been across the board. We have had success in all of our sports. So I think winning is contagious. I think that those boys and girls, as the season goes on, they realize that they want to perform at the same level as the people right before them. And so I will say that winning it's been a great habit for us here at Troy, and something that I hope can continue to grow.
Yeah. Coach, outside of football and athletics, what's something we should know about you? Any other interests or hobbies that you like outside of sports?
Well, I am currently working on my doctorate degree in education.
Wow.
And so that consumes most of my time outside of football in reading and writing my dissertation. I'm a lifelong learner. I love to learn. I love to grow. And this was a great challenge for me and something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And so I started about a year ago. I'm about a third of the way done. And so when my son graduates from here in 2 years, hopefully I'm graduating from Tarleton with my doctorate degree. And so we both have some big goals here over the next couple of years.
That is so awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
What made you want to do that?
I love to learn. I love to challenge myself. And about a decade ago, I really thought about getting my doctorate, and it just wasn't the right time. So I kind of put it on the back burner. And about a year ago, I said, I'm gonna start this thing. I'm gonna start because I know it does take about 3 years. And maybe one of these days, a long time from now, I want to hang up the whistle and maybe do something else. And it just might give me an opportunity to do something else. But in the meantime, just learning how to be a better leader, learning how to attack problems. That's really what my doctorate is about. It's about taking problems and breaking them apart so that you solve in a systematic way. And that's really what your doctorate does. And so it's a great lesson on leadership, and it's really helped me be a better coach.
You said you wanted to do this a couple years ago, but it just wasn't the right time. I think there's a lot of people who it might not be the right time for them to do something, or they might even think, oh, I'm too old to go back to school, or I don't want to do that. So what was that anchor for you that really pushed you to go ahead and chase this dream of yours of getting your doctorate?
I learned a long time ago that having a degree, going to college, it doesn't necessarily make you smarter than anyone. It just opens up more doors. It opens up more opportunities. And so I went back and got my master's degree about 10 years after my bachelor's degree. It opened up more doors. It gave me more opportunities. And so I wanted to do that one more time. You know, I just wanted the opportunity to open more doors just in case one of these days I say, you know what, I love my Friday nights. I love being a part of everything I've done, but I want to try something different. And I think that would be my encouragement to anyone is, here I am in my mid 40s and I'm going for my third degree, and it's never too late. My mother-in-law, she went and got her doctorate even later than what I'm doing. And so I would just say, if you have a goal and you have ambitions, it's never too late. Just go get after it.
I love that. And I think that's a perfect way to wrap up. Coach Smith, we are so excited to see you on the field this season. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.